Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Speedway Stories tonight. I'm your host, Wally. Welcome to the show, and welcome to the Nonsensical Network tonight. You can catch us 7 days a week on the show and everything else. We have a show pretty much for everybody. Of course, I kick Monday nights off with my Speedway Stories. Mostly, it's all about motorsports. Tuesday nights is Glick's House of Music. He will have a special guest tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Jules will be on. Not Jules. He will have a guest. Sorry, I messed it up. My bad. But we'll have a guest tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. What's going on, man? But yeah, the Wednesday nights, What the Fuck News, hosted by Glick. It's things in the news that make you go, "What the fuck?" Just makes you scratch your head too, like, what the hell's going on? Thursday nights, we're back here with me for my cold-blooded conversations. I talk about everything reptiles and stuff. Tuesday night, Callie from Boot and Rally will be Glick's host, uh, guest tomorrow night on Glick's House of Music. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Sorry I messed it up. And Friday night is Blaze's Nonsense and Chill. This Saturday, like every other Saturday, we have Cash's Corner where we're all talking WWE wrestling. Glick, Cash, and then when I have time, I pop in with them on the show. We talk a little bit of wrestling. They're on the road to WrestleMania this year, so if you guys like that, come check it out. Saturday night, we let it all hang out pretty much. It's the nonsensical nonsense. We have the open panel challenge. You're brave enough to come up and join us on the craziness and everything else and have a good time. We just ask you leave your genitalias in your pants and let's just have fun on Saturdays. And then Sunday is Unnecessary Roughness with Glick, Rick, and Derek. They talk all things sports. And plus, let's don't forget about Nikki and Beauty and the Beard. You can get some nonsensical swag. And if you don't want that, you can also contact her. She can make you just about anything. Hit her up. It's on Facebook and Instagram. It's called Beauty and the Beard. All right, guys. Tonight, recap. Not much going on around in my area, motorsports wise, but there was a lot of action this weekend. Motocross, drag racing, and everything else. I'm just going to kind of recap a little bit of what I seen and read and kind of watched this weekend and stuff. So, um, start with last Monday, I talked about Hayden Deegan getting himself in trouble for street racing and everything else. Well, to come to find out, I've been out of missing some of the races here, last couple of races. They raced in Seattle. Him and another rider, I guess, had a little scuffle, and they were just now fined for their incidents over whatever happened. I need to go back and rewatch it, but yeah, Deegan's right now living up to the Danger Boy name, pretty much bad boy, getting himself in trouble and everything else. But other than that, that's pretty much the latest on motocross. Now, the drag racing world, I've got a lot. That's season kicks off actually in 2 weeks up here in Ohio for us, weather permitting. A lot of tracks around here and stuff kick off. Um, Actually, last weekend, dirt track racing kicked off at Attica Speedway. Um, and the weekend before, these last 2 weekends, Attica's been having dirt track races. They had some big money races up there. But for drag racing around here, it's really not kicking off full season open until next weekend, the weekend after this, here in 2 weeks. One of the other tracks had like a test and tune and stuff because the weather was nice. They kind of opened it up. But the season officially doesn't start until the second weekend of April. So I'm looking forward to that when I get time. Go check out some races and get some content and some info and maybe pick up a few guests for the shows on Monday night. Um, but yeah, in the drag racing world this weekend in the news, going to talk a little bit about one of my favorite racers in the street outlaw scene, Kai Kelly. He's out of He's out of Mississippi. Um, he's known for the Camaro he raced on that show called The Shocker. No, he was in Texas for I think it was Jake Harper's race. It was called Bear Shit Only. I mean, it was some of the best no time drag racers and everything else up racing for $100,000 on a radial tire. Um, he was doing pretty good this weekend, and one of the rounds of eliminations that he was in a shootout, parachutes didn't come out on one of his cars, and he ended up wrecking it. It didn't hurt it bad, but it was just I just watched the video of the whole thing, and that had to be scary. They said he pretty much estimated going through the back end of the track about 220 mile an hour, and was riding the brakes the whole way and still didn't get stopped. And he went into the sand trap, messed the nose of his car up and stuff. But he's doing good. Um, yeah, he won that race. He could have went on. Probably his car that he was racing calls it Jenga Lang. It's a Buick Grand National body. He was actually doing pretty good against some big name guys till that misfortunate accident happened. So, um, Swan Gang, Justin Swarston, all three of his cars, they were having gremlins all weekend. There's another group that was part of the MPK No Prep Kings. He's out of Florida. Dude, he's got a hell of a race program. They were fighting gremlins all weekend, and they unfortunately got knocked out first round, all of them. All three of his cars, him and his two drivers, they were just having issues, and hopefully they get them worked out and start being contenders again, because I'll tell you what, a lot of people sleep on that Swarston family down there in Florida. Justin and Big Country, Corey. I mean, I follow them. I love them. They're they're old school grudge racing. I mean, this guy was made more money than most people I know that actually goes to school and goes to work, besides running their own company and everything else his dad does down there. Just grudge racing. I mean, betting some big money. Those guys have done a lot and for the no time racing, where they don't show the times or nothing else that they run. Just straight up, basically, first to the finish line. Whoever's got the fastest, and they bet money on it. And I'm talking 20, $30,000 a race, $5,000 a race. Some of his races I've seen him last year during the fall. They were down at this same race. It was the fall race. Hell, they put $100,000 aside up, and then they turn around and actually won the event. On top of that, he left Texas with almost $500,000, not including probably all the side bets that they had too with other people. So I mean, he made out. But yeah, they're known for the grudge game. His things, like I said, just shout out to him. It's one of the guys I look forward to. It's Swan Gang, Justin Swarsome. They're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everything else. Kid's cocky, but I'll tell you what, the dude can back his mouth and got a hell of a program, and his dad's a damn good tuner for just being a good old country boy, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, there was a lot of that going on down there in Texas. There's big controversies over a grudge race that was going on that I seen. I mean, it's just people. I swear that anywhere you go, it don't matter what it is. It's all drama and everything else. Instead of just hashing it out, being men and everything else, I get something wasn't agreed on or anything else. There's kids at these tracks, man. Take it elsewhere where they're not around if you're gonna throw hands. I mean, I get it, but you got kids watching this stuff and everything else, and they get older, they think it's okay. I get the disrespect and stuff, but don't do it in front of kids. Take it back into the pits or somewhere away, or just make sure the kids are away from it. I mean, I've been the same way. I know I let it get the best of me, but yeah, especially after seeing the actual story, what happened, and the guy that was holding the money. Yeah, I'd kind of been pissed too, but I would have tried to handle it a lot different. But everybody's there, each their own, man. But yeah, we just got to look. When we're at the track, there's people looking up to us that you're like the greatest thing in the world to them, even at the local tracks. I mean, I see it all the time. I remember when I was a kid looking at a lot of the guys I've been with and helped work on their cars, race with them a few times. But yeah, you've got kids everywhere, so it's already the society is bad enough as it is. Let's try to keep it in the motorsports world where it's it can be handled behind the scenes and not in front of kids, if worst case scenario. But I get it. I'm just saying it's just my opinion, but it is what it is. But other than that, then on other drag racing news, in NHRA this past weekend, In Top Fuel, Clay Millican and Tony Stewart raced each other. Clay Millican ended up getting him another Wally trophy from winning the race. I seen highlights of that race because they like televising NHR later on in the night and stuff. Um, the finals is actually it was basically who coasted to the finish line first because they both blew the tires off their cars. I mean, it was kind of interesting. Um, Clay Millican's another one I kind of looked up to and still look up to when I was growing up. Not a real big. He's a big racer, but at the same time, he's not like your John Force and all those guys and stuff. He's like mostly for us little guys and everything. There's been videos where he's been at no prep races and everything else and supporting that. I mean, he when he can. I mean, it's awesome to see, and that's what makes the sport fun. I love it. Just besides the cars, everything else, the horsepower. Love to have the money some of these teams have in their cars. Um, but yeah, it's just the way some of them are and just how nice the people are behind the scenes. I've met a lot of people. I've met quite a few big name professional racers. A few regret actually meeting in person just the way they are. I get the whole being popular, everything else, but at the same time, you don't have to be an asshole when you want to be left alone. Just I know people are pushy out there. I've witnessed it firsthand. Um, when I finally got to meet John Force, got his autograph one year, I went and watched. Adults are adults when it comes to that stuff. A lot of them, they all say that, like I said, it's back to the kids thing again. They were, man, I literally, me and four other guys, we literally like formed a blockade at the John Force line and waited our turn. We let like 13 little kids and some teenagers come up because they kept getting shoved out of the way that was standing behind us and stuff. So we made it a point that they were going to get to see John Force, everything else, and I guess they do say when it's not when you do kind things though it pays off because I got to actually see inside the race operation of in between rounds of John Force Racing, how they do everything when they go through the looking at their computers and all that stuff. I mean, there's a lot goes into it that people don't realize besides rebuilding the motors if they have to or anything like that. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on at the racetrack. So I was really appreciative of it. They were really nice with us and um, told all of us because all four of us got to go and stuff. And my cousin was with me at the time we went to it. So yeah, we kind of got like the VIP treatment from John Force Racing when we went to that. And John can be an old grumpy man, but I get why he's an old grumpy man. I seen firsthand that how people are pushy and grabby, touchy, everything else, and they just you gotta respect people. And it's just that's one of the things that you see it everywhere. But yeah, at the racetrack, it's a lot of the drivers they're irritated. They got to bust their ass to get their car ready for the next round, especially if they won or anything and something went wrong. Get it? Some of them don't have crews professionally done and stuff, so they're working on their cars, everything else. Just be patient with them if you're a fan and everything else. They'll get to you or come back when they're not so busy. It's hard, and especially like I said with John Force and them, they're that whole crew, all of them. I mean Schumacher's all that stuff. Um, I got a brother-in-law. His dad actually is drives the rig for Antron Brown and Angel Sepe in their cars, living out a dream finally and everything else. But yeah, he gets to go. He's actually coming up here soon. Gets to go to the four wide and watch there in North Carolina coming up. Gonna be there and stuff, get the experience again. It's neat listening to him talk about it. His family grew up in the racing world and everything else, grandpa and all this stuff. So we get to talk racing and cars and every now and then when he's not dragging ass from working all the time and stuff and running to the ball field and everything. But yeah, his dad's living the dream, man, getting to be with two of the biggest names, one in Top Fuel and she was big in the pro stock motorcycles, and now she's racing top alcohol cars and stuff. Basically, a step down from Top Fuel. Um, and he gets to experience and see them, been to their shop and stuff. I mean, it's freaking the pictures. It's I could only imagine actually being there and being around Antron. I met him too the same time I met John Force when he was racing Top Fuel for Schumacher Racing. Antron's a good dude. That and his kids races too and everything else. He's all into that. But yeah, I mean, we just keep pushing forward. I mean, some of us it takes longer, some of us it don't. I mean, some are fortunate enough to live out their dreams right away, some aren't. And like I said, my brother-in-law's dad, I'm proud of him and everything else. So I can say I know somebody that's a driver and pit crew for two of the biggest names that I grew up idolizing in pro stock motorcycle and Top Fuel. I mean, it's great to see that stuff. So um, dreams are there. It's just how much work you want to put in and how much time. I mean, that's what it is. And I'll be 43 and I'm still pushing for my dreams and plus trying to keep my kids' dreams alive and everything else too. So I'll get there. It's just taking me longer than some, but I'll be there one day. It don't matter reptile or mostly reptile side of it, but racing, I don't really bracket racing, whatever. Just something I can go do with my kids and family and everything else. But yeah, I've got dreams and I'm still pursuing them. It's just taking me longer than normal. Um, guys, just keep pushing for them. I mean, be honest with you, I wouldn't be here right now having my own podcast on Mondays and Thursdays if it wasn't for my boy Glick uh, pursuing his dream of doing this podcast channel and everything else. I mean, it happens, and we're here now and all that stuff. So I mean, I never pictured being here where I'd be talking about my favorite hobbies and everything else with all you guys that are subscribers and everything else, my fans for the network and everything. I mean, it's great to be able to talk about it. Mm. But yeah, we're that's the motorsports side for NHRA. Uh, one of back now we're going to dirt track racing. Um, one of the racers I follow, Tyler Carpenter, won a late model race this weekend. First one for him this season. I can't remember exactly where he's at, but he also got to race with his daughter for the first time too during the qualifying heats and everything else. So that just shows you right there what can happen too, where family sticks together, works together, and busts their ass together, can accomplish things. But it's got to be both ways and everything else. I mean, it's not just a one-way street. But he got to actually share the dirt track with his daughter to race in the late models and everything else. That was cool to see. I found out 2 weekends ago, local hero of mine. Well, his dad was a local hero and for dirt track racing, and now he's kind of I look up to him, and he's out kicking ass. Donnie and Devin Moran. Devin Moran ended up getting a race, winning a big race for the whole weekend. Pretty much dominated last week. 2 weeks ago, I forgot to mention last Monday about it, and yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that kid from where he was walking to now being one of the best in the game of racing late model cars. Him racing against guys like Carpenter, Davenport, Larson. He races 410 sprints. I got a guy I used to work with that he just had his first race of the year with his new ride. He was able to get sponsored and everything else. Raced at the first 410 race at Attico Raceway here in Ohio, and he ended up finishing 10th in the feature and stuff. I mean, new car bugs and everything else. These 410s are the big winged cars that you see on the dirt tracks if you ever see them. And yeah, not bad. I don't think that was too bad for first time out in a new ride and everything else. So finishing 10th, and he'll be racing Wayne County Speedway coming up this Saturday if the weather permits and everything else. It's the opening day for dirt track racing here in Ohio for some of these other tracks that haven't opened already. Of course, like I said, Attica had 2 weekends in a row now that they opened up, and they were big money races and stuff. So, I mean, it was pretty neat seeing a lot of locals being able to race home. Um, at home when I seen that they were on and stuff. So, but yeah, other than that, I'll definitely have more next Monday on the motorsports side to discuss everything with what's going on around here. As long as the weather permits, I should have more info and everything else for you guys. And that's about it for the motorsports side for around here. Like I said, season really starts to kick off here next weekend and next 2 weeks, weather permitting. Um, Race season kicks off in Ohio, so we'll be keeping up with all that, and I'll keep you up to date with a lot of the local racers I follow and stuff. And but yeah, thank you for tuning in and everything else to Speedway Stories. Like I said at the beginning of the show, check us out. We're 7 days a week. Hit the bio link down there. Like I said, there's a show for everybody all week long. If you don't have a particular one you like, just check them all out. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Give us a follow and everything. Like I said, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch 7 days a week. Whenever there's a show live, hit that notification so you know when we're on. Monday nights, we're here with Speedway Stories. Tuesday nights, Glick's House of Music. Wednesdays, What the Fuck News with Glick and a few guest co-hosts for here in a while, for every now and then, unless he's flying solo. Thursday nights, like I said, I'm back here with Cold-Blooded Conversations. I'm talking everything reptiles, as Glick says, dragons and dinosaurs. But yeah, we talk reptiles and stuff. Hopefully I'm working on trying to have a guest either for this Thursday or next week's show to come up and talk about reptiles and everything with me. If not, you get to see my pretty ugly face smiling and talking about why I like reptiles and everything else and share information with you guys. Friday night is nonsense and chill with Blaze. He talks movies and stuff and watch short films and everything. Come check out, hang out, and enjoy yourself. And once again, this weekend we have Cash's Corner. We'll be on. He talks WWE wrestling with his dad, and like I said, I pop in every now and then when I can, and we talk wrestling, and it's leading up to the road to WrestleMania. So, guys, tune in at 1 o'clock on Saturday for that show, and Saturday night is Nonsensical Nonsense, where we have the open panel challenge, where we let the crazy hang out, have a good time, bullshit, and enjoy ourselves. We just ask keep your privates to yourself and come in and have a good time and have fun. And then, of course, Sunday is Unnecessary Roughness, where Rick, Blick, and Derek talk about everything sports. Everybody have a good night. I will see you on the next one. Bye.
Nonsensical network, different flavor every day. Movie talks, new flicks hitting the display. Microphone magic, musicians spill the praise. From reptiles to motorsports, burning rubber craze. Football clashes, touchdowns, epic plays. News spinning, catching on the latest phase. Gleaming cars, engines roaring up the pace. Street tales, urban stories we embrace. Tune in, every week diverse. Groove to the beats, let the rhythm immerse. Lyrics flowing, ciphers full of verse. Nonsensical network, feel the universe. Interviews buzzing, stars in the circuit. Worlds of tapestry, pieces we interpret. Hip-hop to rap, the flow never stagnant. Reptilian tales, nature's arrangement. Cars with muscle, engines with might. Motorsports roaring, speed in the night. Discussions heated, always a delight. Network of nonsense, but the vibe's just right. Tune in, wait for that beat. Flow so seamless, feeling so sweet. Urban grooves, rhythm from the street. Nonsensical network, always on repeat.